So how did that make you feel? Watching me snap my fingers and hum the song? Well, hopefully it made you want to snap your fingers with me, maybe clap your hands, get some movement. Hopefully it made you want to maybe hum or sing along with me. Or even if it just put a smile on your face. That's a part of what the purpose of the activity professionals and what we do. Why do we do what we do? Activities in the long-term care setting are essential for seniors in the nursing homes, and we strive to maintain a sense of self-worth and dignity for our residents. We don't want to just give them things to keep them busy. We want the activities and the things that our residents are doing to be meaningful for them, and we want to give them opportunities to have meaningful engagements. And what do we do? The activity professionals work with others within the facility, and we develop a comprehensive plan of care to meet the needs of the residents. This means that we're not only working within our department, but we're working within every department of the facility to make sure that we are providing meaningful engagements and that we are meeting the needs of our residents. So how do we do this? We do this based off the 7 dimensions of wellness. The 7 dimensions of wellness, we have emotional wellness, environmental wellness, intellectual wellness, social wellness, spiritual wellness, occupational wellness, and then physical wellness. So each areas of wellness are being met through the meaningful engagements and the activities that we provide at our facility. Here you have some of the activities that we have available. Now, some of these pictures and more, we have these activities available in our activity room, and these are available at any time for any staff member to come in here and to get these for a resident. The residents have access to these as well if they're able to come on their own and get those. We have our monthly activity calendar that we do, and you may look at it and think, well, what in the world is this? So each activity that is on this calendar is based upon meeting one of these 7 dimensions of wellness here. For example, for our social wellness, we want our residents to be as sociable as they want to be. Now, this doesn't necessarily mean that everybody's going to want to go participate in a large group activity. So we do offer small group and large group activities. So I want you to take out your piece of paper on your desk, and I would like for you to write down your top 5 things that you like to do, activities you like to do. And then I would like you to go back, and beside each activity, I would like you to put whether this is an activity that you like to do alone, or if this is an activity that you like to do with people. And then go back a 3rd time, and if it's an activity that you like to do with others, how many people would you typically like to do that with? It's found usually that most activities that we do, maybe 3 to 5 people is what we're comfortable with. So we have to remember that with our residents. It's not necessarily about numbers and getting everybody to this big activity and filling the dining room. It's about meaningful activities that they're doing. So some of the social wellness, we have our men's club, we have our women's club, we have our one-to-one activities, and again, our small and large group activities. For our spiritual wellness, we have Sunday school, we have preachers that come in and do preaching, we have devotion time, we have worship time, and those are group activities, but we also have items available on an individual basis the residents can have in their room. And at any time, if there's something that they need, we can get that for them to meet that spiritual need. Occupational wellness, some of these would include reminiscing. They can reminisce about the things and the occupations that they used to hold and the things that they used to do. We can talk about those and we can have conversations about those. Trade-specific activities. You know, take someone who, a male who used to work on cars. We have model cars and car building activities. That would be an occupational wellness that we're meeting. Take our welcome committee. We have our welcome committee. You know, a lot of our residents used to serve on boards. They were involved in organizations. And this is a way for them to be involved in the community that they live in now. Our physical wellness, we have our daily exercise, our Get Active exercise. We've also added a body in motion activity with a Tai Chi instructor. And we also have sports activities. For emotional wellness, number one, what we provide for our residents is friendship. We provide good company and friendship with our residents. And we do a lot of those while we're providing care. You can have a meaningful engagement with a resident, providing emotional wellness with them while you're just providing your routine care. If you're a CNA or a nurse or therapist and you're in their room and you're working with them, use their life stories that are up on posters that are up on their wall and just start a conversation with them. It can take you to wonderful places and you can learn things about your residents that you didn't know about them. They're very interesting. Also, what you can do if say you're in the dietary department, if you're just bringing a cart out down the hall, something as simple as, hey, how are you doing? Instead of just walking by, busily by our residents, you're engaging with that resident. You are, number one, you're promoting physical motion. A lot of times our residents will mimic that wave. So you're getting movement in there. And you're not just going by them, you're acknowledging that they're there. You're giving them value. Just imagine if every staff member who passed a resident throughout the day, if they waved and they got that resident to wave back at them and engage with them. How much movement could our residents get in just by doing that? We provide environmental wellness. We want our environment to be home-like. This is why some of our residents have recliners in the room from their home. They may have a personal bedspread from home. They have pictures of their family and things that make them happy in their room, and that's why we welcome that. We want their environment to be home-like. We do not want their environment to be like they're in a facility or a hospital. That's just not very healthy. It's dreary. We also want a clean environment, and we want to provide quality care. A clean environment is important. Most people are not going to thrive and be healthy if their environment is not clean and if it's dirty. So we strive very hard to make sure that our facility is very clean and we maintain that high standard of cleanliness. And also with our quality care. If you're not being taken care of, you're not going to be very happy and you're not going to thrive. It's not going to be meaningful for you. Some of our intellectual wellness is covered through, for instance, our trivia, our resident councils. A resident council gives the residents a voice within their facility and in their home. We have puzzles, we have games, we have reading. We have multiple ways that we provide for the needs of each resident through these 7 dimensions of wellness. So if you see the calendar and you're like, hey, what is this? What's going on with this? You know, feel free to ask me. Say, hey, how does this tie in? How does this meet the need of a resident? I would be happy to share that with you at any time. And if you ever have any suggestions for me, say you're working with a resident and you learned something about them, interesting about them, please share that with me. This gives me the ability to know more and more about them. And the more I know about our residents, the better that I can serve them and we can come up with ways to provide the meaningful engagements to our residents. So activities has a purpose, and that purpose is meaningful engagement. And it's our duty as each department and each staff member to provide those meaningful engagements for our residents. Thank you.